All right, y'all, we're out getting some breakfast. We got catfish, scrambled eggs, potatoes, grits. We all shared a big cinnamon roll. Natalie has gator, grits and coleslaw. Sahara has fries and shrimp. Is it good? And I had some coffee with it. Really good, y'all. Farm family, what is going on? Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you right now. Hey, you saw in a previous video that we have two beautiful new animals on the farm, a peacock and a peahen. We're very excited to have them, but right now, and while I do like this backdrop, I think I like this one better. Babies playing on the playground. But we're very excited to have them out here on the farm, and they are currently over here. They're so cute. They're currently over here, so let me walk this way, living in Zeus's house. And we can't have that because he did not know how to act last night where we had to put him. So they're currently in Zeus's house. You can see the sign right there. Oh, look who's joining me. Say hello, Egypt Rose.
Hi.
So this is Zeus's house. As you can see, once again, they're in here, and this is where they've been. Peacock on the left, peahen on the right. They can't stay here. Zeus needs his house. But as you can see right there, we have some water for them. We have their food for them. There's Frankie, who is still recovering. But we're going to build something similar to this for them. This is a 15 by 10. We're going to build the peacocks a 10 by 10 shelter. We're going to put shade cloth around the sides, just like Zeus's house here. And on the top, instead of having a metal roof, for now, we're just going to put a shade cloth across the top. And our plan is to keep them in there for at least 2 months. The gentleman we got them from said that he recommends like keeping them in there forever. Just build them a nice home with adequate space, build them a nice run. We're doing that regardless. But we would really love for them to be free roaming one day. My only fear is that these peacocks are a little wild. And my other fear is that there is a wild peacock around here, which means there must be wild peahens around here. So during mating season, our peacock could try to fly off the property to get to those peahens. He'll also try to fly off property to defend what he believes is his territory. That other peacock could come over here. You know, we just don't know until we find out. So I guess we'll find out in the future. But for now, the next 2 months, they're going to be in the house, in their home, regardless. So let me show you what we got. All right, y'all. So this is what it is. There's 4 pieces here. I thought this thing was going to come in much smaller pieces, and I was going to have a lot to put together, but it's literally just 4 pieces. So 10 by 10, you can see the door section right here. So it's a 10 by 10 with a door that we could walk in and out of. Here's the shade cloth right here, and I needed some zip ties for the shade cloth to attach them to that. But similar to Zeus's house, zip tie the shade cloth around it, and we should be good. So I have my helper, Egypt. I have some nice entertainment from the baby. The babies are all the way in the water tub.
Yeah. Jumps in there.
What? The babies?
That's the second time she did it and we've seen it.
Y'all, this is hilarious.
It's empty, that's why.
Okay, so, well, it's funny that they got all the way in, but let's go ahead and get that filled. So Egypt Rose already on the job. She's going to fill that up. I'm going to start looking around for where I want the Peacock's house to go, Peacock and Peahen's house. I'm thinking somewhere right here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that going and be right back with y'all. All right, y'all, so we have the water going. It'll fill up in no time. I don't want to put the house down there to the left of Zeus's house because that's where we're thinking about putting our fruit orchard eventually. We have a nice, beautiful plan for that. That'll happen in the fall. Y'all will see it possibly sooner. But we don't want to block that view. Plus, that's our view, not only from the house to see Frankie and some of the other animals up top right there. We just don't want to block that view. There's also something else we'll be doing to that portion of the land at some point. Don't want to block the view. Right here, we will block the entrance to the gate. Doesn't make sense for it to go right here. So I'm thinking right here on the back side, we could have the 10 by 10 against the gate, or not the gate, the fence. And eventually, off the front of it, built a run. And it wouldn't be blocking anything because behind me is the shop anyway. So I'm thinking that's a great solution. But regardless, this thing isn't going in the ground. So if I don't like it, we can always move it. Because another option that I'm kind of thinking of is putting it right here against the wall of the shop, kind of like this shed is. And it would be 10 by 10 out this way with the run going that direction. That's another option. That option would essentially allow us to see, would allow people to see the peacocks from the road. Not that that's a busy road anyway, because it's only like 3 of us back here. I think there's a lot of sunlight right here. I don't know how they'll like that during this time of day. I like this area. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up. Well, Egypt and I set it up, and we'll just kind of catch the vibe, see how we like it. If we don't like it, we'll just go ahead and move it right over there. So we're filling the water right now, and one of the babies just went over to it like it wanted to jump in. If we catch that, or if we see that happen, we'll try to get it on camera for y'all. The baby's going swimming. Honestly, have a fear of them jumping in and not being able to jump out. But
she jumped in
twice
already and jumped out.
I think they're smarter than that. Plus, their mamas are close by. But I'm talking about them jumping in when it's full of water, not while it's empty. Right?
Oh, yeah.
When they drown, right? So that's what I'm talking about. But look how cute that baby is on that swing. That's funny. Oh, it's heavy. Whew. Not.
From looking right now, it looks so heavy to me.
So this is the front piece. Thank you. Alrighty, Egypt, stand inside. For size, so 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. Now got my handy dandy socket wrench. Going to go ahead and loosen these, clump them back together. Y'all, it's really that simple, and I'm happy it's that simple. Like I said earlier, I thought it was going to be harder. Did you think it was going to be harder, Egypt? I thought it was going to be harder. Alrighty, let's get it done. High five. Ooh. First side done. About to do that side. Then going to add the front. Then going to put our shade cloths on and get these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful peacocks in here.
Down every bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play?
Get job, Egypt Rose. So we have this structure here, which is essentially the same thing as this, just smaller, right? Here's the door on that side. You can barely see it. It had the shade cloth roof. This was left by the previous property owner, and we've always just had it behind the shop, but it's been the thing we've used around the compost. Look at this beautiful compost, by the way, y'all. I'm sorry for getting sidetracked. y'all gotta bear with me. But look at the compost. I mean, if I could scoop that up, put it right in the garden, you see it's ready to be turned, going to do that. But I'm gonna build something for the compost. I never intended for that to be for the compost, so that's another project. But hey, I'm thinking about building the peacocks kind of like a room that's attached to this structure.
Oh, so you're gonna like make a door here.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna open that door.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna so they can go in.
Yep.
This room and this room.
Exactly. How do you like that?
I think it's good.
That's pretty cool, ain't it?
They have their food here.
Yeah. Okay. You're with me. You're tracking. Okay. So let's set that up. So this is what it's going to look like. There's going to be shade cloth on that 5-foot section, that 10-foot section, and this 5-foot section. Then a shade cloth over top, the front section that we're about to install with the door. And then over here, I'm going to cut a hole in both structures to where the peacocks can get into this smaller structure, which is going to be covered by the shade cloth as well. And it's going to be in this section that we have their food and water. So that way we're maximizing space over here and not taking away any space over here for them for food and water and things like that. And that's going to be over here. And our door or way in is right here. So we'll be able to get in there. I don't know, man. Hey, people thought we did a lot for the goats. Now we're over here putting together a coop without a coop within a coop, or I don't know. It's kind of like playing the Sims game. We're just building on. So let's get this completed. All right, y'all. So the structure is done. Now we're simply about to put the shade cloths on around the main structure, put a roof on it, reattach the roof on this one, cut the entrance and exit over there, get their food and water in here, and then we'll be done. Oh, we also need to find some like wood sticks, which over there by where you see peanut butter and Oreo eating, right there, all those sticks and logs, that's where we'll get it from, just to create some roost for them to get up off the ground. Peacocks love to be high off the ground. If you've ever seen wild peacocks, they'll be all the way up in a tree. They'll be on the roof of structures. They like to get really high off the ground. And here comes Egypt Rose with the step stool so we can get the roof on. Alrighty, y'all. So this one right here is a 10 by 10 shade cloth. And they are, let's see, this one is from Ace Hardware. It's a 10 by 10, provides up to 70% filtering. The one we're putting around the perimeter is 10 by 20, 80%. So won't allow too much sunlight in. But once again, the front 5, the entire front, so this 5-foot section as well, is not going to be covered. So they will have light getting in, y'all. But we're about to go ahead and attach it to the top. All right, y'all, it's dark. We're about to go over there and walk and get their food. So Egypt, let's walk over there. We're just gonna move their food over. Let's go through the other door since the food is on this side. The peacocks are in here. You can see them. Here, let me open the door. So there are the peacocks. Well, that's the peacock walking. That's the peahen laying down. You can leave that bowl of water So we already have some food for them, and it's right here. So Egypt, let's walk it on over. Let's go through the inside, Egypt. So you'll also be able to see the entrance we made. Egypt is about to go through it. So isn't that cool, y'all? We made that little entrance. There's no sharp edges at all. Even right here, we turned all the sharp edges up, so there's no way they'll be able to get hurt. And even I could fit through this. So this is me crawling through it. So I'm in this little section where their food and water is going to be. So that's their food. We'll put their water on that brick right there. So Egypt, let's go ahead and let's go get their water, and then we'll get them. All right, y'all, we're down here by the shop. Going to go ahead and turn some lights on. Egypt, try not to let Tucker out. So there's that light. And this is the tack room, and there's Tucker trying to get out. Woo, I like a clean tack room.
He looks so
Nice, clean, and organized. Okay. 5-gallon poultry drinker. That's what we're here for. That right there. So go ahead and grab it by the top. Let's go clean it. Fill it with water. All right, bye, Tucker. Okay, we're going to clean it, fill it with water, and we'll be back with y'all when we're putting it in there. Is it too heavy? 5 pounds?
That's all I can do for y'all. Almost barely. He barely did it. But he did it. Going through the small door.
Will it fit through?
Because Dad can't.
Thank you, Egypt.
You're welcome.
So just wanted to show y'all that we can go through this side as well. So 5 gallons of water. I think that's 3 pounds of food. So it's okay. 3 pounds of food. And we're about to go get the peacock and the peahen right now. And by the way, we waited for night on purpose. Similar to chickens, they'll be a little bit more docile. Should make them easier to catch. So I'm gonna go in there and try to catch them like y'all saw the gentleman do in the previous video, and bring them over here to their new home. All right, Egypt, let's go.
Dad's first time trying to catch them. What can he do it? You scare me. He did it. Yes, he can.
Oh, all right, y'all, I got them, and they literally just go like almost into zombie mode. Extremely docile. It's kind of crazy how that works, but got them. Woo. They are in there. There's the peahen. That's the peacock. Going to go ahead and close them in. Whew. Another project in the books, Egypt Rose. As I mentioned earlier in the video, peacocks like to be high off the ground. So we're going to add roost in their form, no different than you would add roost for a chicken. So we're going to do that. And we're going to call it a night tonight. In the morning, that's where this video will continue, just so you could get a quick tour and see in the daylight how everything turned out and what we did. And we'll see you, for us, the next morning, for you right now. And welcome back, y'all. That was fast for you, right? As promised, next day, bright and early, we've already fed all the other animals, so let's have the tour. So as you can see, you just saw them walk out of the structure right here that has their food and water. So that makes me very excited. I'm glad to see that. It lets me know off rip that they know exactly where to go and they found it. But how cool is that? Taking up no space in the main structure. We were able to have this structure that's upcycled, was left by the previous owner. And we've just been sitting on it for a couple years now. And now we finally have a use for it. In the main area, you can see the door that we can enter. This coop is 6 feet tall and it's 10 inches, 10 feet all the way around. So a perfect square. More than enough space for them. As you can see, I also have gone to the stick pile right over there. You can see Mike's in the pile right now, but I've gone over there to our stick pile or burn pile, and I found these nice sturdy sticks. So there's one in this corner for them to roost, one in that corner for them to roost, and there's one over there in the shade for them to roost as well. Very secure, so if they want to get up off the ground, they can. They have options. As the sun moves across the sky, no matter where the shade is, right now it's over there. At one point it'll be over there, it could possibly be over here. They'll always have a spot to roost in the shade if that's what they want. And also we have the roof on there, so you can see from this view there's a roof. Obviously up top there's a roof, so they can't fly out. Once again, we want them to stay in here for at least 2 months until we decide and they went in there, until we decide if they're going to live in here full time. If they live in here full time, we'll build a longer run for them. But if we feel comfortable that we let them out and they're not going to fly away, then we definitely would love for them to be free roaming. But the shade cloth doing its job, nice and black. And the reason why I wanted the shade cloth on the structure, especially on the back half, was not only to provide shade but also to provide privacy. Right now we have the does in that pasture, but no matter what animals in that pasture, we didn't want them to see the peacocks and try to agitate the peacocks, or the peacocks to see them and try to agitate them. So there's privacy no matter what animals in that pasture. And of course, once again, it provides that shade for them. The only other thing that I would add is that it appears they love their home, which makes us very happy. We try to provide the best homes for all of our animals. And this thing was expensive, as I'm sure you can imagine. Shout out to our local Tractor Supply. They delivered it for free. But everything's expensive nowadays. So we'll never get a return on investment on. Well, I won't say never. This is a breeding pair, a mating pair. So one day they will have eggs that we can sell, hatching eggs that we can sell, or we'll hatch them ourselves and we'll have chicks that we can sell. So we'll make the money back on this one day, of course, but on the front end, no. But we want all of our animals to have the best accommodations possible that we can provide and afford. And a lot of times we try to build things ourselves, we try to upcycle, but in this case, after crunching the numbers, this was the cheapest option. You know, I could have bought lumber, built them a home like I did Frankie or the chicken coop or the goat playground, just would have been double the price. The last thing I want to point out to y'all is when I'm referring to them, I'm going to call them peacocks, but we know that a male is a peacock and a female is a peahen. We are aware of that, but most people just call them peacocks, right? It's kind of like cows. The average person is going to call all cows cows, but you know there's heifers, there's steers, there's bulls, right? But people just call them cows, most people. So no need to like correct us. We know. Hopefully that shows that we know, but it's just easier just to call them peacocks. But yeah, that's our video for today. Going to end it right here with some goat action for you because they're over here being cute. And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.